2, 1. Hey everybody, it's Linda West, and I am so excited today. I am going to be interviewing Lindsay Robinson. Now, Lindsay is a certified clinical hypnotherapist and money cha-ching, mindset coach, specializes in helping women entrepreneurs all over the world to shift their subconscious relationship with money and clear what's holding them back from success and abundance. And I wanted to talk about, first of all, is that what past life regressions, like, does that help with, you have past life regressions, talk about that, or?
Yeah, so as part of my practice, I do, that's like what I kind of wanted to specialize in, but I started out wanting to specialize only in past life regression. And it's so much fun when I can actually like meld those two together, because I do have the occasional client who may have something that they want to explore further in a life, maybe that they may have lived before, to uncover some of the patterns that they are reliving, now.
So what does that mean?
It's not uncommon for that to happen. Sorry.
Okay, so what does that mean exactly? So when you say past life, so you were talking about like not of this life, but from a previous.
Yeah. So
life.
Bear with me for a second, because I know
Yes.
it can be like super woo woo and super weird, but there are some people out there that are like, wait, tell me more, and those are the people that I work with. So those are the kind of people that I know, could definitely benefit from this. And if it's not your thing, it doesn't have to be your thing. It's just,
Right.
It's just another modality that allows me to help people. So what it basically is the idea that you possibly could have lived another life before this person that you are today. And there are all kinds of reasons people might want to find that out, or they might want to explore that further. Maybe they're just curious. Maybe they really want to explore more about themselves. They, have relationship patterns that they don't know where they're coming from, and they just seem to keep repeating and repeating. I know we all probably have felt that at one point or another. Or, just maybe they have a fear or a phobia that they can't explain, a past or like an injury that won't go away, and they just don't know where it comes from. So there's a lot of different reasons people will seek a past life regression.
So how long have you been doing this kind of work?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been certified for about 5 years now, but I been practicing probably a lot longer than that. I was always curious about it, as a high schooler and a young adult. I was so curious about that stuff. So I would like read all the books I could find on it and, explore more of what I could learn. And I really wanted to start gaining the skills that would allow me to help more people in a more effective way. So that's when I looked to getting actual training for it.
Okay, now I have a question. So there's a lot of times they'll say, go back to your childhood for some things. Like me, I had a money issue, and I discovered what my money issue was, because I equated money to love. And so when it came to business, if I would ask somebody, tell somebody what my offer was, they would say no. I would like go in a corner and just like want to cry, because to me that meant like they didn't love me. It's like that's what was in my head, right? And then once I discovered that money has nothing to do with love, it just means that they can't afford it, or they don't want it, or it's just not for them, and it's not personal. So that was something I discovered, and I know exactly when that started, because we went back to like my childhood. So what if we can't find that? I'm assuming this is kind of like what you kind of do, is like you take them to a point and you find it's not anything that actually has occurred during this life. And so you take them back into other lives that they've lived to kind of find what that is. Is that kind of a good description?
That's actually a great description. Yeah. So there's age regression and there's past life regression. Now, age regression is definitely something that can help. I mean, you're one of the people that can say, yeah, it definitely can. It's just not always, I don't know how to say this. It's not something we just jump to automatically, because there's a lot of stuff in the childhood that we don't necessarily want to relive, that we don't necessarily need to. In your case, it sounds like it was an amazing case for it, and it was appropriate. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not always appropriate to go, whereas a past life is so much safer, because you have that suspension of disbelief where, okay, but it could be fake. Like, okay, but it could have never happened. So you have that kind of safety net of like, just suspend your disbelief and just let's take a ride and see. And more often than not, they'll come back, completely changed. And, you know, so if it's a money thing, for instance, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
I will do as much as I can with the person and their patterns and their, you know, automatic behaviors that they have learned since childhood, or that kind of formed who they were, without doing an actual age regression. And if there's nothing, if we can't find anything and we've done all the other steps, if I know that they're open to the idea, I'll say, you know, would you maybe want to try to see if it goes back further? And usually they're always pretty intrigued to find out. And so, so then that's just another way we can venture out and see, you know, what the answer might be and work from there.
So what kind of people that come to you, like say, for example, how do I know I'm looking for you, right? Like, so like, what are the kind of people that, at what stage are they where they're like, I need help with this and I don't know who to go to, and how do they discover who to go to? Like, who are those people?
So I usually, how I got clients in the beginning, and I still really get a lot of clients this way, is by referral. But I tend to market myself as a clinical hypnotherapist so that people know they can come to me for more than just money. Hypnotherapy is such an amazing, well-rounded, like so versatile. It kind of, the modality fits around what you need instead of the other way around. Do you know what I mean? So that just means if you have a fear of water, or if you want to lose the last 10 pounds, or if you have these relationship, like I said, these relationship issues where you want to figure out where they come from, or you're just curious about what it feels like and you want to get deeper into that spirituality level of like the meditative state, there are so many reasons someone can see a hypnotherapist. So I love to work with like female entrepreneurs that really just want to figure out what their money blocks are. And if they're not making what they want to make now, why that might be, and what we can do to kind of shift their subconscious mindset and their relationship with money to be able to open up that possibility and get the subconscious on the same side as their conscious goals. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. I was just wondering, like, how does somebody know they're ready for that? Because when I went through the thing that I went through, because I went through with somebody, a coach, you know, that helped me through the money thing, and it was totally, I'm kind of hearing that it might have been kind of like the same thing that might happen for other people, in that I didn't go to her like specifically about money. I went to her about something else. And then and then all of a sudden it was like, we head down this money trap, you know, and I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? Then you're going to start crying and all this stuff. You know, so it was like a really intense session and just really, really crazy. And when I came out, I was like, whoa.
Yep.
Is that simple? You know?
And it's funny because I would say like 70% of the time, the thing that someone comes to see me for is different than what we actually end up working on, because they're all, you know, what makes us who we are. There's like a million different little entanglements that make us who we are. So one might be affecting the other and you don't even know. So if there's something that's like nagging at you that doesn't feel right, that's like off, so you're like, let me just go figure out what's going on with me. That's the first step. That's the place to start, you know, and there's no, in my opinion, there's no faster and more effective way than just going into that hypnotic state that we all go into every day anyway, by the way.
When I'm sleeping?
Everybody throughout the day goes into multiple states of hypnosis on their own.
When you're driving, right?
State.
Yeah, like when you're driving, you're in a hypnotic state.
Highway hypnosis is a big one. Reading a book, you know, getting so lost in the book that everything else kind of fades away. I love that feeling. Yeah. Harry Potter, anyone? I read that every year.
I read the first three, but the next one I was like, I don't have time for this book. It's so big.
That's where it gets really good. Tell everybody that loves Harry Potter, will you tell her to read the fourth one, please?
Okay.
What was I going to say? So getting lost in a book or a movie, let's say you're watching a movie and you jump because it's scary, or you cry because it's sad, it's not happening to you. Like, if you really examine that, it's like, why am I having a reaction if it's happening to someone else? So the subconscious doesn't know fact from fiction. It only knows what you're showing it, what you tell it, and what it learns from you. So that's why I love allowing people to use this power that they have already, that they do all day anyway, and just kind of flip the switch for them, help them get to that state so that they can start to use it for their advantage. And that's what I do with the money thing. So the past life regression is a similar modality, but it's a little bit how I do it is a little different.
Okay. Do you still take them to a hypnotic state though to go to the past life?
Yeah, it's just way, way deeper, and it takes so much more time. So it's usually about 2 or 3 hours of a session.
Oh, wow.
Rather than like the average hour session.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. So do you have some clients that take several sessions to go through because like maybe there's just a block in them, like they don't want to release it or something?
You mean it's several past lives or several just hypnosis sessions?
Like hypnosis or what? Yeah, sessions, I guess. Yeah.
Usually I like to tell people, which is why I kind of have my packages on my website for 3 and 5 sessions. I say there's probably not going to be, when you start to see actual like tangible change, will be probably 2 or 3 sessions. So I like my clients to invest in at least 3, just so they know that they're going to get the most out of their experience and that I am able to do my best work. 3 sessions is about the average for them to start seeing change. But some people take more, some people take less. It just depends on the person, really.
Yeah, and I see that because I, for the last 2.5 years, I've been going through a tremendous personal transformation. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I'm totally open to everything right now. I'm in that state of like, feed me, feed me, feed me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And yeah, so when I think that's part of it, right? Because like you have to, if somebody comes to you and they have a closed mind, first you have to have that ability to open their mind, right? Like that has to be one of the stages because nothing's going to seep in if the mind's not open.
Well, yeah. So in terms of hypnosis, like in the first session is usually pretty straightforward. It's usually the same for everyone. We talk, you tell me about what's going on and what you hope to achieve with hypnosis and with my services. We kind of do a few exercises to get you in the state of hypnosis just to see what it feels like for you, because it's different for everybody, and to get you kind of accustomed to the state and what it feels like and what to expect. And then in the second and third and the subsequent sessions after is when we really start to dig into specifically why you're here and what we can do to help you out. So yeah, I mean, if they come to see me, their mind's probably already pretty open to hypnosis because it's just, I can never hypnotize somebody who just doesn't want to be hypnotized. It doesn't work that way. So if you're coming to see me, you've probably already tried everything else. You've probably already, been desperate for the answer. And so you're just like, fine, I'll try hypnosis. Right. Like, unfortunately, I'm the last resort, but I'm happy with that because if I can still help people, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, well, hopefully you are the last resort, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Hopefully I'm not second to last.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the last resort because I've helped you through all that. Yeah, I was imagining like, well, maybe your spouse is driving you to the to the sessions.
Right.
Like, okay, maybe that's not going to work then.
You do have the occasional. It happens rarely, but I'll tell people like there's good luck finding somebody that can have success because if they don't want it, there's not much I can do.
Yeah.
And I like it that way. I would not want those powers.
Yeah, really. Well, that's awesome. Have you ever done any of the shows, like the hypnotist shows or anything like that? Or have you ever thought of doing that kind of stuff?
Have I ever wanted to be a stage hypnotist?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, I enjoy it. I love it as like a spectator thing, but I know how it's done. So the kind of magic behind it is kind of gone, but it's fine with me. It's not my it's not the path I was supposed to be on, I guess. But I have heard of that a lot. Like, have you ever done that? I suppose I could. I just have no interest in making somebody cluck like a chicken, really.
I guess you don't have to. I know another hypnotist, and she does stage shows, and she's like, I don't make them do silly things like that. Because right. Hers is about empowering women, so her whole show is about to show you how you can unlock what's and then empower them so when they leave they're empowered. So to share with them what hypnosis is about more than doing an entertainment. It's still entertaining, but she has a huge message behind it, and I'm like,
see, now that's different. That's not like when you say stage, I'm sure everybody watching is like, oh yeah, stage hypnosis. They're going to make me pull my pants down and yodel or something. Because, that's what it's been kind of, and that's the first thing I tell anybody when I speak to them is like, what are your concerns about hypnosis? Because I know you have some preconceived notions that you've seen or, saw in a movie or read in a book somewhere. So tell me, just let's get it out in the open and I'll be able to explain to you what I do and how it is not that. So what you're describing sounds amazing. It sounds like something I would love to be a part of. and not the conventional,
Yeah. Yeah, she just started doing it more. She did it for years and then kind of put it on the back burner, and she's just started doing it again. And it's so different because before she did it as a stage hypnotist, like she didn't, I don't know, she had to pull her pants and cluck like a chicken. That was funny. but so it's really cool to do, to be able to be on a stage and help so many people at one time. Right.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. And that's not to say, and here's the thing, I have a lot of hypnotist friends who do stage and clinical. I'm taking zero away from either one. You definitely can do both. It's just me as a person, I'm not necessarily called to that. Plus, I think I told you way before this conversation, I get a little nervous when things are live. So if I was on stage and had everybody looking at me, I might I don't know. I need some hypnosis for stage fright, for sure.
I was going to say, I'd hypnotize you before you went on stage.
Yeah, I need to work around that, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun though. I think it's great work, and I've experienced it myself, and I know how valuable it is. And I don't know if with the person I worked with, I don't know if I went into hypnosis or not. I don't know, because she's not a hypnotherapist, but it might have just been like having a different conscious level of thinking, Yeah, so it was cool because, we did go down down paths that I had been avoiding for decades. I had buried them because I didn't want to, and so I'm, opening them up to see how I can use it to my advantage instead of use it as a victim,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's, you go through what you go through. You can either, it's so cliche to say, but it's so unbelievably true. You can either use it as a crutch or you can use it as a stepping stone. Like, what do you pick? And I know a lot of people that have picked the crutch. I know a lot of people that have picked the step. And it's the beauty of it is that you get to decide and you get to change your mind. If you want to use it as a crutch for a couple years and then pick yourself up and step on it, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's for sure. It's all our choice. Everything we do is a choice. And like you said, we go into hypnotic state, periodically throughout the day, but also we make choices all day long.
Yep.
So we have the choices. So now you have a free download. Let's see, get your free guide to discover what's holding you back. So if you want to go download that, go to lindsayrobinson.com. I put it up on the screen /contact. And just go ahead and download her free download. Again, it's getting your free guide to discover what's holding you back. And I'm sure there's something holding all of us back. There's always something, because we're humans, and there's so many facets to a human being and what we can and cannot do. And we really are the ones who limit ourselves and say we can't do that. So Lindsay,
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you aren't making what you want to make, if you feel like you deserve more, or if you're having trouble asking what you feel like you want to ask from people, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. And you're not alone. You're not the only one. And, there are people out there that can absolutely not only help you get over it, but help you, make your whole life even better by, getting what you actually want.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because we think about it, there are people who are, as far as money goes, there's people out there making billions of dollars, year after year after year. And what's different than those people than me? It's a different mindset. And now they might have different knowledge and things, but I could still, aspire to be there and do that kind of thing. But there's something blocking me from allowing myself to believe in the possibilities that I too can have that, or that I deserve that, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. So let's find out what that is and, get rid of it.
Exactly. Dump
let's clear it. Yeah.
And then once we clear that one, there's something else, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I would, definitely. There's always going to be something, but there's always a solution.
Yes, exactly. Well, Patty, thank you so much for being here, Patty. I see my friend Patty Mays was here. Hello. She does good info. So again, if you guys want that free download, it's lindsayrobinson.com/contact, and it's going to help you to discover what's holding you back. And then she also has a link on there where you can make an appointment with her and just find out what she's all about. So
so I have my free 20-minute consult. Contact me so we can at least just talk about what you would possibly maybe be interested in doing.
Awesome. And I'm going to be on your summit, which, can you give us some information about the summit?
Yeah, so it's going to be August 15th through 17th. It's a 3-day event where we talk about the struggles that specifically mom business owners, mompreneurs have running their business and finding that harmony between life and regular life and business, and unblocking those money things.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And now Lindsay found me on Google, which is cool. So it shows the power of, and I don't know how because I don't have any Google ads.
You know what? We were meant to connect. That's what.
Exactly. I just think it's it's so amazing. So it will happen if it's supposed to happen. I guess that's kind of like what I was kind of getting at, right?
Yeah.
Is that if it's supposed to happen, it will happen. So you guys have a great day. And again, go to her website and download that. Check it out. Get on the phone with her for 20 minutes and see what she can help you with if you're having any kind of blocks. And I'm going to do it.
Yay! Let's do it.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so much fun.
You're welcome.
And not at all as scary as I thought.
I told you.
That's usually what people tell me after a first session with me.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, because we have a preconceived ideas and thoughts as to what something is going to be. And then when we get into it, usually it's not nearly as bad as we thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think skydiving for me would be as bad as I think, though.
There's some poison probably would be as bad as we think. So probably don't do that.
Yeah. There's some things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. And then I shall see you later. Stick around, Lindsay. I'll stick around for after the show. Hold on.
Thanks, guys.